What's up, family? How are you? How are you? Praying all is well. I am here at the park and it's my day off. It's Saturday and I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. It was a struggle. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Cleisha. I'm your cousin and welcome to Closing Open Wounds with yours truly. We promote healing and wholeness in a safe environment. So we cover a lot of things here on this channel that God told me to start. So I want to talk to you guys about discipline. And, a few of my videos, I'm out here, I'm at the park, which is a beautiful place. I love being out here. But it was a struggle getting up today. I'm not going to lie. Yesterday was Friday. Normally, Fridays I'm working from home. So yesterday, I thought about getting out here today. And I was like, you know what? No. I was kind of sitting with my thoughts. It was nice. It was quiet. I did some work, obviously, from my laptop. And I'm like, am I going to go out today? Am I not? And I was like, I don't know. And then, midday, I was like, no, I'm going to chill today. I'm going to be in my thoughts. And, I'm always sitting and thinking about a plan for my life. What are my next steps? And I was thinking about discipline. Now, not just discipline as far as what we're doing right now, working out, taking care of yourself, better health, better life, eating right, all that jazz. Not just that, but discipline in our daily lives. There are some other areas that I need to be disciplined in. And I was sitting in the home, as I normally do, and really just sitting with my thoughts. I'm known for that. No TV on, no nothing, and just sit with my thoughts. And, just really just thinking about what God has before me and everything like that. And I kept hearing about discipline. And I wanted to tell you guys that it's not going to be easy. A lot of you see these videos and everything and me working out and me trying to, I'll be 44 next month. So, metabolism, everything didn't slow down, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm getting older. I don't want to let myself go. So a couple of days a week, even after work, thank God my new job is not stressful. I get out here and I just walk. I walk fast or I walk slow, whatever. I put my music on my video and I just go and I try to do 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. And we really should be pushing towards 12,000. But, I work in an office, guys. I don't do a lot of walking besides when I come here. So about 4 days a week, sometimes even 5, I want to get out here and walk while it's nice, while the weather is good. Now, when it gets cold, I guess, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have some equipment in my house that I could substitute and things like that. But it's nothing like being out here. It's nothing like getting, the sunlight, the vitamin D, everything that we need. But discipline is important. Yesterday, your girl laid around the house and I was in my thoughts, a little bit in my feelings about just different things that I'm going through in my life. And I was sitting with that. So today I woke up and I'm like, girl, you got to get out there today. You got to get out there. And, because I'm trying to reach a goal. I'm not trying to reach a goal weight. It's not about the number to me anymore. It's about how confident I feel in my clothes and just better health and, with my heart and different things. You guys know, a few months ago, I had to wear a heart monitor, stemming from that last job, So I'm really, really taking account to, to do better and manage my health better. So I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about being disciplined. You know, um, somebody said that, I inspire them, and my first lady, I love her so much and everything. But it is to drag me out of my beautiful home. I have this relationship with my bed, y'all, and my lazy boy that is just like ridiculous. And to get out here on my day off, and then it looks like this month I'll be doing a lot of traveling for work and for pleasure. Like I said, y'all know my birthday's coming, so I'm going on my birthday cruise. I got to go to Virginia for work next week. Then after that, there's some more things I got to do. So I got to find ways to fit, my exercise in. So discipline in every area is really about being honest, really surveying the data, right? And saying, where can I do better in this area? Whether it's exercise or eating right, do you need to prep your meals? Whether it's your spending habits, I even have to be disciplined in that. You guys know credit is a lot to me, means a lot. Being a good steward means a lot. So even though I have the capital to get anything that I want, it takes discipline to say, no, not right now. Or can you afford this right now? Or maybe we need to push this off to next month because we had a lot of expenditures this month. God was really speaking to me about discipline. A lot of us don't need miracles. We need discipline. A lot of us, we thank God for the favor, but we need discipline. And I think that's another reason why maybe sometimes we're not blessed with, everything that we want at the moment, because can you even handle it? You want to be a millionaire. You haven't even, been a good steward over the thousands that you have, over the hundreds that you have. What are we doing to be disciplined? And that's what it is. So I encourage you to look over your life, see where you can be, better in different areas. Me too, because y'all, your girl is not perfect by no means. I I have a lot going on, but this is the stuff that I come up with. This is the stuff that the Holy Spirit gives me when I sit in the quiet time with Him and really look at my life. I remember talking to a gentleman a few years ago, and he dealt with alcoholism, right? And I understand it. Y'all know, if you don't know, my mom was a functioning alcoholic and substance abuse, user. So she dealt with that. So I understand it. I have never been there, praise God, but I empathize with people. So, we were talking about, me sitting with my thoughts and how cumbersome it can be sometimes to sit with your thoughts. And this gentleman was just like, I guess he understood, and he was talking about how when his thoughts take over, he would go drinking. And I know a lot of people that do that. My mother did that. You understand? You know someone that does that. Maybe you do that. Maybe it's not drinking. Maybe it's smoking. Whatever vice you have. We all have vices, right? So, and I said, no, I understand that. I said, but let me ask you this. With sitting in your thoughts, and because sometimes you need to sit in your thoughts, okay, to see where you need to be more disciplined at. Y'all got too much noise around you sometimes, too much TV, too much radio, too much gossip on the phone. It is necessary to center yourself and to hear what your spirit is saying. When you silence the noise, what you need to hear can come up to the top. Now, I'm not saying in that same time, the negative stuff come up too. But it all can be used. Okay, so that's how I got this topic about discipline. So back to the story, the man was talking about how, when he's going through, he drinks. And I said, okay. And, I said, I get it. I said, but let me ask you this. Who's in more pain? The sober person or the intoxicated person? Who's in more pain at the moment? The person that's inebriated or the person that's sober? And he begins to say that the person that's drinking is in more hurt, that's going through more than the person like me who's sober. If I choose to have a glass of wine or whatever, it's a celebratory occasion. It's for my birthday, it's something like that. I'm never going to pick up a substance, and no shade to nobody. I don't even know why I'm going here, but I'm not going to pick up a substance because I'm feeling bad. I'm going to sit in it, and I'm going to feel what I feel my feelings, and deal with it. Pray, cry, do whatever. Like, I'm a baby. Like, contrary to what a lot of people think about me, I'm very sensitive. You know what I mean? There's times where I have to be, I have to be protective of myself because I'm a single woman and I'm a boy mom. So I didn't have that, I wasn't fortunate to feel like how I need to feel. But at the core of me, I'm very sensitive. So I sit in my thoughts and it brings up a lot of stuff. So again, back to the story, I asked the gentleman, I said, well, who's in more pain? The person that's inebriated or the person like me who is sober? Again, he says the person that's inebriated. I said, well, let me give you this analogy. If you and I both had a toothache and you used some Ambisol or you took some medication and I didn't, who's hurting more? I'm hurting more. And it's not about hurting more like, everybody has their things, but I'm dealing with it. I know people who, I don't always run to take medicine every time I have a headache. I try to pray it off. I try to drink water, whatever. My initial thing is not to just pop pills, and take medication. So even in when I'm going through, I'm not going to pick up a bottle. I'm not going to go smoke when I'm, It doesn't help. Being the child of someone who, and I love my mom. I loved my mother till she passed away. If you don't know my story, check some of my videos. I took care of my mother because that's what the Bible says. I took care of her until I couldn't anymore, until she left here, right? So this is not condemning my mom and the different substance abuse and things like that. That's not what I'm going at. But what I'm saying is being a child of someone who wasn't raised by her parents because of substance abuse, so when my mom would get stressed out and when she was depressed, she would drink. She would smoke. And before that, in the 80s, she was doing all the hard drugs. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I knew at a very young age that I was not going to continue that. A lot of us don't know what to do when it comes to discipline and different things that we need to do in our life because we're not sober. And I'm not talking about drugs, not just drugs and alcohol. We're not sober. We don't sit in the quiet and sit and deal with the pain and the hurt and the frustration of life. Many times my kids would come home, my boys, Mom, what you doing? Sitting in the dark? Ain't nothing going on. I might have a candle on, my wax warm on. I'm chilling. No, peace and quiet. Because I need to hear. And I need to deal with my feelings. Not try to drink them away or try to run away from the problem. The problem's still going to be there, boo. The problem is still going to be there. So whatever you need to be disciplined in, one step at a time. One step at a time, y'all. One step at a time. And I started out here, I think I was coming out here like twice a week. Y'all, for a few weeks, I was out here 5 days a week. I didn't come out on Sundays because I had been off of work for 30 days. The doctor had to put me out because, my last job or whatever. I was out here like 5 days a week, y'all. Really. So once I get out here, like it was a pull today because like I said, I was sitting in my feelings yesterday. It was quiet and I was dealing with some things. Kind of got a little emotional. All right, Laura, what do I need to do? I don't want to be like this. I don't want to do this. There's other areas in my life, like I said, that your girl could be more disciplined in. And y'all already know I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm holier than thou or I got it all together because I do not. No one does. We keeps it 100 on this channel. So it was a struggle today, but I bless God that I'm out here. I'm going to walk my 3 miles. I'm going to go home, probably get on one of my, home devices as well. And I'm going to eat me a nice breakfast. And that's another thing. As far as exercises, I like to get out here in a fasted state. unless it's after work. Obviously, I've eaten that day. But like on Saturdays or days that I'm off, when I come out here, it's in the morning, you know. But do what you can. Do what works. You know, trial and error happens. If that doesn't work, modify it. Do something else. I never thought in a million years, I'm being straight at 100, that I would even come here after work. Last week, a couple times, I came out here after work, y'all, after working all day. The other day, Thursday, I went to work. I went to the nail salon, got my hands and feet done, and then I came out here. It was like 7. It was like 6:45 when I came here. Spent an hour out here, do my 3 miles, and I went home. And I was so proud of myself because, again, I never thought I would be the person that would do this, that would come out here, you know, and want to do this. But I want to be healthy. I want to feel good. I want to be here for when I have grandchildren and prayerfully great grandchildren. I want to be here. I want to be the healthiest person I could be, you know, when I meet my husband. I want to be right. I want to be fit. You know what I mean? So prayerfully he doing the same thing, because don't be coming to me. I ain't trying to train nobody. I don't mind enlightening you, but please, Lord, be on what I'm on already, okay? But yeah, y'all know I love y'all. And when I'm growing, you know, I just put on the camera, and I, you know, hopefully it encourages you. Praying for you guys. Keep me in your prayers. I'm gonna let y'all go so I can pick up the pace. I'm already on lap 2. So look at God, okay? I love you. Be more disciplined. Sit in the quiet time of the Lord to figure out the areas that you need to be disciplined in. It is not going to be pretty. It is not going to be fun. It's not going to be easy. But the benefits are amazing. You'll feel better. Like, guys, I feel better. I feel better in my clothes. I feel better in, you know, my legs. I had poor circulation going on. I'm doing what I got to do. I'm investing in myself. And that's part of discipline. It's really investing in yourself. Why do we invest in so many other things but ourselves? You know, and it's not just exercise. It's praying. It's getting into your word. Spending time with your family. You know, making adjustments. I told God, I said, with the last job that I had, there is no way that I could be able to, you know, work on my sermons and work on my health, because I was so mentally exhausted. I didn't want to do anything. Now God has blessed me with a job that's not as stressful, and I get to travel while making a living. Y'all, I'm loving it. I had to figure out what is the lowest common denominator here. Well, God, if you change this, then I can do this and I can do that. But that revelation, that epiphany didn't come to me until I spent time with him, until I spent time with myself. You know? That's the only time that happened. So God changed my job and gave me everything that I wanted in my job. I mean, everything. I work Monday through Thursday at the office, corporate office, or wherever they send me. Like I said, next week I'll be in Virginia all week. Fridays I work from home unless I'm traveling on the way home. And it still affords me time to take care of myself. My kids is grown. They're basically out of the house. You know, my oldest is out of the house and my youngest is in boot camp right now. So he's not home, he's only home on the weekends. I need to take care of myself. This is Cliche 2.0. I'm about to be 44 in 2 weeks. You know? So, sit in the quiet and find out the areas. Let God, and even in your mind, this is Cliche 2.0. I need to take care of myself. I want to be around a long time. So sit in the quiet, find out what needs to be done, and ask God to give you wisdom and favor on the decisions that you need to make to be a better you. Okay? I love you guys so much. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I am still pushing for 500 subscribers by my birthday. And, I believe God. By October, I want to have 500 subscribers. And for those that have been subscribing and liking and sharing, I appreciate you. I pray favor upon you and your family. And I pray that all is well with everyone. But I'm sweating. I gotta go. I love y'all. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.